Hello, hello, hello. I just wanted to make sure that I am live and everywhere. Um, this part still ain't working. All right, well, I will look into that later. How y'all doing? I'm Javon, and I share all the things that I know about emotional healing and well being. And today I want to talk to you guys about what it is that I know about having tough conversations. Um, and this is coming specifically from the place of hearing, talking to a lot of people about recently about the political events, seeing a lot of stuff circulate on social media, including a whole bunch of people canceling the apps, disabling stuff, isolating themselves in order to stop having these conversations with people. And what I want to speak directly to the woman who is interested in growth, the woman who is about choosing peace over war, the woman who wants to have a clear mind, the woman who knows that emotional health is one of the major rungs, right? One of the major sources of life force. And having bad emotional health or an unfavorable emotional health can really drag down on your productivity, on any of your goals, your family goals, your business goals, your relationship goals. I want to speak to that woman because for some people, it is not a priority, right? Right? For some people, emotional healing is not a priority. And so I want to speak to the folks for whom that is a priority. The people who have seen that when they are healed emotionally, when they've dealt with their stuff, that they show up differently to their home life, to their personal life, to their work life, and maybe not necessarily knowing how exactly to do that. That's what we talk about during these live streams, but that they know that that is possible and that they value that because you are the only one who is going to hear me when I say that when it comes to having tough conversations, any conversation for real, but especially with people who you do connect with, when it's people who you do want a relationship with, having those conversations, while it can lead you to wanting to cut everything off, it can also bring you closer together. It's an opportunity. Every interaction that you have, every connected relationship that you have, boasts multiple opportunities for you to move through it in a way that brings you guys closer together, for you to have a better understanding of that person and for you to love. And so, one of the things I talk about all the time is with my clients, especially, we'll definitely start talking about more here, but is that when you are with someone in any sort of interaction or any sort of relationship, and your goal is to become more connected to that person, the way that you relate to them, right, in a relationship has to involve not just you, but them, right? It's about how you guys relate to one another. And if you want that to grow in a positive way, if you want to grow in a positive way, then whenever you are interacting with that person, you have to keep in mind and what I was about to say was what's best for everybody. But when you think about that, oftentimes when we are actually implementing that, we're still looking at everything from our point of view of really what will be best for us, right? um, and that there's a whole list of stuff behind that is um, really good material for another talk. But what I will say in terms of this particular conversation is what I've seen a lot of recently is people talking a lot about the current political climate, the effect that it's been having on people's spending habits, the effect that it's been having on people just in general feeling safe, feeling like they can be who they are, feeling like they will have a job, because of course there are people who don't care to be entrepreneurs, people feeling like they're unseen and unheard and will continue to be, or that will worsen in the coming years. And all of that, in my opinion, all of that, this is a fact. All of that remains to be seen. And what I think about when I think about what any one action could come out of any person is that, for example, let's just call it what it is. So like when these executive orders are coming out, when statements are being made, when policies are being formed, when that is happening, there are opportunities at that point for you. At that point, the only opportunity that you have is to take in what has happened, right? And to acknowledge all of the things that have come before that, to bring that into existence, right? There were tons of things that happened. We knew we were heading this way, right? There were plenty of signs that these things were on the table, right? And so knowing that, right? Like keeping that in mind, you can't change what is happening right now. The things that are unfolding right now cannot be changed. Most of the time, what we are disagreeing on, though, is reality, right? Things that shouldn't happen, things that'll be okay, things that won't be okay, that type of stuff. And all we can change is what has happened to us. Oh, that's not true. We cannot change what has happened to us. All we can change is what can happen in the future. And so, the main thing that I wanted to say was in terms of